I've been going crazy lately, I've been getting busy. Nowadays, you know I'm up and so I see too many friendlies. And she said that I'm a bagger, but I promise I ain't Billy lately. I've been feeling like I'll be the greatest in my city.
So when are we gonna do our next event?
I want to say here in the summer. We should be.
You know how we did the networking event?
Yeah.
Did you fuck with it?
I did. I feel like if we did one in the summertime though, when the weather's better, it'd be better. With the clothing brand.
I think it went really well. Cause remember we were so nervous. I think it was like last year. Wasn't it a year ago almost?
Yeah, it was a year ago.
I was so nervous because I was like, damn, nobody's gonna show up. We're gonna look goofy. And then it was like we said that it was gonna start at 6, but it was 5 o'clock. And then when
Nobody
6
was
hit,
there.
only one dude show up. One dude show up, and then I was chilling with them.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, damn, nobody else is gonna show up. We're gonna look hella shitty, like we're gonna look goofy. And then like 5 minutes, out of the blue, hella people popped up to the event, and we're like, damn. And then by the end of it, there was like 30 people in there.
Yeah,
in the smaller rooms.
And then everybody was like signing and like doing.
Yeah,
all
I
that
still
stuff
have that in my room.
You still have it?
I still have it. That's gonna be fucking dope. Cause I mean, at least a couple of those people are gonna like make it.
Yeah.
You know, if they actually pursue their dreams and stuff. But that's pretty dope. But yeah, today we have a special guest, DMAD in the room.
The one and only.
One and only. How's it going, my guy?
Appreciate you guys having me.
Dang, I like the drip. You got the jewelry.
Dripped
on.
out.
A little
Shades.
bit. I do what I can.
Yeah,
Do
bro,
what
how
I
you
can.
been?
Great. Working my ass off, but you know it's a blessing for sure.
Yeah, I was mentioning to you. I like that song, the pop song you got.
Appreciate that.
It's very catchy and like have you tried putting it to the radio yet?
Yeah. My manager brought it to a couple radio stations. Got great feedback.
Yeah.
Just gotta follow up with them.
It's just such a catchy song. Like I was in the car and like it's fast to memorize too. That's how catchy it is. Like you just like you're just in the car.
I love
like,
that.
okay.
I love that.
Have you posted it on TikTok yet?
On TikTok, yeah, it's been on TikTok. Hasn't gotten a ton of traction yet, but you know, got to post it a little more, get some momentum, stuff like
How's
that.
your TikTok looking like? Like, do you post often? How's your engagement?
I post every now and then. I need to start posting more. Reality is, but you know, when I do post, the engagement's solid. Actually, I have a song that went super viral on TikTok. So as much as I don't love making TikToks and posting TikToks, I got love for TikTok at the end of the day.
So let's bring it back. When did you start this journey? When did you start making music?
So I've written music for as long as I can remember. Pretty much from the first time that I heard my first rap record. I just loved it. I kind of fell in love with it. And heard it, and I was like, you know what? I can do this too. Let's try it. So I never really stopped writing. I put my first song out on SoundCloud when I was in like 8th grade. Which it was super different from.
Where did you graduate?
I graduated from school. It's called Link Year Prep. It's in Branson, Missouri.
No, I said what year?
Oh, what year?
Yeah,
My
what
fault.
year? No.
I graduated 2019.
2019. Okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Right before the COVID.
Right before COVID.
Shit.
Just missed
So
it.
you had prom and everything?
Yeah.
We didn't.
Yeah, we did.
Yeah, we graduated 2020.
That's tough, man. But look, I don't know if anybody's ever told you this before, but maybe it was just my experience, but prom isn't everything people make it out to be.
Really? Just in the movies?
Pretty much. Just, yeah, it's not like the movies. It's not like the movies, but it was a good time.
Yeah.
But no, I put my first song out on all platforms. It would have been late 2019. But I really fell in love with music, or making my own music. Would have been pretty much during the peak of COVID.
Gotcha.
So wasn't a whole lot to do. I had my own little home studio put together, and every day I was just down there. So
what's your connection with music? Like, is it kind of like the way you vent, or like how do you?
You express yourself. You just do it because you like it.
Yeah. So.
Sorry, I had like a blank spot.
It happens. No, it's been like therapy for me. Really my whole life, whether it's listening to other people's music or making my own. And so once I made the connection of, okay, this helps me. And really what it was is I found artists that I related to, and they got me through a lot of bullshit.
Yeah.
which was awesome. Like Mac Miller, Kid Cudi, listening to those people, I felt like whatever I was going through at the time could overcome it. Because I
Mm-hmm.
mean, look at those people, and if I look at how great those people are and realize that they went through some shit just like I did, I know I'm gonna be straight.
Yeah.
So yeah, it started off as kind of therapy, and now it's just who I am.
Mm-hmm.
Really,
Yeah.
I couldn't imagine my life without music. I couldn't imagine my life without making music. So
Does
Yeah,
music run
awesome.
in your family at all? Like anybody do like instruments or just make music?
no,
No.
no, actually,
So how was that like telling your parents like, yo, like I'm gonna do music? Like
it was interesting at first. I'm not gonna lie. So at first, they were both super supportive though from the get go. I remember telling my mom like, "Hey, I made this song," and she was like, "Oh shit, right? Like, fuck, here we go." Then I played it for her, and she was like, "You know, that's actually not bad." And it was the first song I ever made. So I was like, "You know what?" And she's the type to, if it was bad, she'd tell me. She'd
Tell
be
you
like,
straight
"Yo,
up.
this shit is trash. Like go shoot, like go play basketball or something." But no, I played it for her, and she was like, "You know, this actually isn't bad." She's like, "You have a gift, you have the talent for it. Um, so if that's what you want to pursue, then pursue it." And both of my parents have been super supportive since then. So that's been a blessing for sure.
That's really good though to hear. Yeah, because we hear people where the parents don't support them, and they're like, no, like go to college, do this,
Yeah,
So I feel like that feels it's like a relief for you to know that your parents support your
most
dreams.
definitely. It's always tough to hear about situations like that. People take what their parents say so personally.
Yeah.
And so I'm definitely blessed to have parents who support me kind of in my dream.
Yeah.
So
Was it
super
hard
cool.
from choosing? I mean, I don't know the story. You just mentioned that you did play college basketball.
Yeah.
Did you have to choose between music or college basketball, or you just kind of like?
No, so music was really something that I did on the side
Mm-hmm.
for a while, and then I dealt with injury in basketball. So I broke my right foot and then recovered from that. Excuse me. Broke my right foot, recovered from that. 2 weeks after I recovered, I broke my left ankle.
Damn, 2 weeks.
Horrible. So I
How'd that
yeah,
happen?
broke my right foot, had that like recovery period for like 2 to 4 months,
Mm-hmm.
and then yeah, got to play for 2 more weeks and my left
Boom
ankle
again.
snapped. So the first breaking my right foot was just a random kind of freak incident. I just kind of pushed off of it wrong. It just snapped, which was ass. Got back, and then it was like 2 weeks in, had practice, and then I went up for a layup. I landed on my teammate's ankle, and then
Ooh,
yeah,
that was-
that one was bad. That
How
one
long?
hurt
How
like
long
a
were you
bitch.
off for that one?
I want to say like 3 months.
3 months?
So nothing crazy.
Yeah.
Didn't have to have surgery, thank God.
That's good.
But just a lot of rehab.
Rehab. Yeah.
Man, I was on crutches for like a month, and it was horrible because where I stayed at school, it was a bunch of stairs. And it was so I just remember every day, like my shit was just hurting so bad. And I'm just walking up the stairs like this shit sucks. But yeah, so I pretty much dealt with injury, and then I started pursuing music a lot more once that second injury happened.
Yeah.
Um,
Now, you mentioned you did music during COVID. Was that like after COVID? How was it? Because I hear some people like they started off good and they kind of have like that little bump where they don't do it and then they go back to it. Did you have the same one or?
I didn't. I think if I had started taking it really seriously before COVID, I could have seen how that would have happened,
Yeah.
with how COVID just discouraged so many people. But I think because kind of the peak of, or not the peak, but my passion for music grew so much at the peak of COVID, it just kind of kept going.
Yeah. Especially the time you had to be creative.
Right.
You
Right.
had the time.
So at that point, really had all the time in the world. So I'm super thankful for music in that sense too, because I don't know what I would have done during that time if I didn't have that.
Yeah.
It's a tough time for a lot of people, but
Yeah.
Did you have a home studio?
yeah. So I made I had these like two little speakers, two little monitor speakers, my laptop, and this USB microphone set up in my mom's basement. And I would go and record when she was at work, or like when she'd go out of the house and stuff like that. At least at first. Eventually I got used to it, and I was like, I'll record when you're upstairs. You know what I'm doing.
How did you start taking music seriously? Like, what were like the, I guess, tips that you can give off people? Like, hey, like to take your music serious, you gotta do this, this, and this.
That's a good question. So I'm kind of an anomaly here because I had my third song that I ever put out went super viral. It's sitting at like about 90, it's at 90 something million streams cross platform. Yeah, like super viral.
How'd you get that?
I couldn't tell you. Yeah, it was about the third or fourth song I put out.
What was it called?
It's called Road of Spinning.
Yeah.
So it was all over. I literally was checked my Spotify for Artists app one day, and I was like, okay, this is kind of doing numbers. This is weird. I don't get it. I don't get how. Like what happened, because at this point I didn't really understand playlisting. I didn't put any money into playlisting, ads, anything. I wasn't even really pushing the content because I was just getting started. This would have been 2020.
2020.
So you just put it out there and it blew up?
I literally just put it out there, checked my Spotify for Artists app, saw it was getting traction, and I was like, okay. And this was like close to the peak of COVID. So this is where like TikTok's starting to really pick up its momentum and things like that. Excuse me. And I go on a TikTok and I just look my song up and there's thousands of videos to it. I'm like, what the fuck? Like,
it's
it
like
was
overnight
super cool.
Too, like how fast it happens too.
Yeah.
You just wake up and you're like, boom.
I had no idea how much my song was really getting streamed until I just looked it up on TikTok. And I was like, okay, that's why. Then I made the connection. But it didn't stop from there. It ended up and this is a song. The story behind this song is crazy. This is a song I actually made in my car at like 3 a.m. on my phone.
Beautiful.
You didn't remaster or anything? You just uploaded it like that in your car?
No, so I didn't upload it. I didn't upload it in my car.
No, I'm saying, like, did you touch it up after recording it in your car?
Oh yeah.
Oh,
no,
okay.
yeah. I had it sent to my homie Jogger. I'm pretty sure he either stays in LA or Oklahoma City now. I think he's in LA. Shout out Jogger though. Super dope. But yeah, I sent it to him and he got it touched up and all of that. But I literally used the voice memos app on my phone.
Damn.
That's crazy. It do be the 3 a.m. rides, bro.
It was crazy.
Because sometimes me and him, we'll just be driving, like coming back from like a studio session or an event or something, and we'll just start spitting in.
We just like to freestyle. We like to put type beats, you know what I'm saying? Like,
oh, hell yeah.
Like play with hard type beat or some shit.
Yeah.
And we'll just fucking go ahead and say whatever the fuck.
No, absolutely.
I feel like when we do that, we end up getting to the destination hella quicker.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Just,
you don't even think about where you're going. You're just trying to make this rhyme with that.
Yeah.
No, that's always a blast.
So, wait, did you ever mention what tips you would give to people that were like starting on music? It's just a common question that we get in the DM. So,
what tips I would give in order like to stay more motivated or
just
be more
consistent
passionate or be consistent?
Yeah.
Make music that you enjoy listening to. I think when people try to make music that applies to other people, it's easy for them to lack motivation, especially if they don't get the feedback that they're wanting from those people. So yeah, I think make music that you personally enjoy, make music that you like to listen to. And if that's what keeps you motivated as, damn, I need new music to listen to, I'm going to go and make my own shit to listen to.
Yeah.
Then, I think that's a good strategy to have.
No, yeah. This I definitely agree with that, because it's like, if you don't like it, you won't find the passion to continue doing it or thinking of ideas of how to, make more of the music. So
yeah,
that makes sense.
No, and shit's kind of weird now. I feel like a lot of people are trying to make certain music to, catch trends and stuff like that. Music's almost looked at as like a side hustle almost. In some ways, it's like, oh, I'm gonna try and make a dope song, and then let's see if it'll go viral, and then I'm just gonna run with it. And I just don't think it can work like that. I've seen it work like that, but at the end of the day, I think those are the people who kind of lose that motivation.
No, yeah.
The fastest.
Oh, yeah, for sure. So then 2020 hit, right? You started making music, and then from there, your song blows up, right?
Yeah.
Song blows up. So then what do you do after?
Man, so my I was
Or I guess how many projects did you release like after that song blew up?
So after that song blew up, so the song was out, so I dropped the third song, and it actually didn't, now that I'm thinking back, it didn't really blow up until a year after I put it
Oh, a
out,
year after? Okay,
which was weird. So it was out for like a year. I dropped music in between then. And so what I did, sorry, you repeat the question?
No, you're good. Cause now I forgot my question.
What did you do right like after? Did you make
right after,
projects, or did you?
Yeah, so song blew up, and I get an email from Arista Records, which is a major label. So I was like, holy shit, is this real? And then I got an email the next day from Warner Records. And so I got pretty much DMs, and my email was just flooded with all these record executives, or label executives, I should say. And so I was pretty much sitting there as somebody who was making music kind of as a hobby at the time or for fun. Still loved it, but I didn't know shit about the music business or anything like that. So I was like, shit, okay, I need to find a manager because I can't do this shit myself. And so that's where I brought my homie D Cook on, and my homie James. His name's James Rossin. He goes by James Dwayne, but brought them on board. And we were taking meetings with pretty much any label you could name. Which was super surreal because I didn't know shit about the music business at the time. I'm sitting here talking to the record label that Drake's on, like, holy shit, like this is insane. So I was pretty much on cloud 9 for the next like 6 months after it started blowing up. Just had I had a concept of what was going on, but I don't think I had a concept of how big it really was at the time.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, because I was like, I mean, even though a year, a lot of people think it's a lot, but in music-wise, it's kind of like you make music and boom, next year, your song blew up too.
Yeah.
So and then now you have people contacting you for labels, and then you're like how you said, oh, I don't know, like, how it works. So
Right.
How did you find your managers?
So I had James Dwayne was the person who convinced me to start putting music out. He was one of the few people who knew that, I had continued to write for a long amount of time. I recorded the first song that I ever put out in his in a closet in his room. So that one was kind of a no-brainer. And then Derek I had known since I was a little kid. We went to the same school. And he had actually reached out to me before the song blew up, saying that, he fucked with my music and things like that and saw potential, and kind of told me about how he wanted a place in the music business and things like that. And so that was really another no-brainer, someone to reach out to.
Yeah. So is that how, I guess my next question is, how do you stay busy within music? Because I know a lot of people, like, they make great music, but the problem is how to stay active in it. Because you can't just make music, like, every day. You know what I mean?
Right.
So how do you stay consistent within yourself?
I think I try to just kind of examine where I'm at in terms of feeling inspired, and try to make things like tasks when I can, if that makes sense. So I might the day before, I might make a list and say, okay, I'm gonna make content, or I'm going to write a song, or do X, Y, and Z. I tried doing that for a while. What I ended up doing is I'm a generally really introspective person.
What does that mean, introspective?
So I'm or I guess self-aware is a better word.
Yeah, sorry, I'm a bozo.
No, you're
The bozo.
But I consider myself a really self-aware person, and so I'm able to kind of examine how I operate and
That's good.
Do what's best according to that. So what I do now is I wake up and I do exactly what I feel like doing when it within, you know, it being related to music.
To music, okay.
So if I wake up, I'm like, damn, I really want to write a song. I'm gonna go and I'm gonna write a song. Because I realized, especially when it comes to content, also when it comes to music, if you try to force yourself to do something, it never turns out as good as if you just have a craving to get it done.
Yeah.
So.
Oh yeah, that's true. Very true.
How did you So because I don't know how artists monetize their music. How did you monetize the TikTok, or not the TikTok, but the song that blew up on TikTok?
So it was through DistroKid.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
So pretty
So how
much.
does that work? Do you just like set up that account and then they distribute the song? Or?
Yeah. So you DistroKid's super dope. You set up an account, and just pay a super small fee, and then you upload the song, title, cover art, all of that, and then it set a release date and it'll upload the song for you everywhere. Literally anybody can do it, which is crazy. But yeah, and then every month you just go through. It takes like 2 to 3 months to process all of your earnings, and then every month you can pretty much cash out whatever's in there.
Gotcha.
So
that's dope. That's
Yeah.
dope. Are you having any shows coming up?
I don't have anything scheduled. I'm talking to a couple promoters about getting some things scheduled. Right now I'm pretty much just getting in a phase of starting to release more music again and promote it. And so that's my main focus as of now, but
Gotcha.
definitely I'm gonna do
When's
some
the
shows soon.
When's the last time you dropped a song?
So I just released my new single "In the Clouds" on March 31st.
Is that the one that we were
Yeah,
talking
That's
about?
the one you guys
Yeah.
are talking
March.
about.
You
Yeah.
said March 31st.
March 31st.
Okay.
Yep. So it's
Yeah.
been a little over. It's what, today's Tuesday. So it's been not last Friday, but the Friday before. Put that out, and now it's at about sitting close to 20,000 streams.
Gotcha. Yeah, you gotta
super
push
dope.
that more on TikTok, bro. That shit's
Nah, yeah.
essential.
Yeah, no, that's definitely something that's in mind. But I'm trying to be take things one step at a time.
Yep.
Especially after I had that one song out for a year and then saw it blow up a year later. Something I kind of realized is there's no timestamp on music. I can go back and promote a song that I put out a year and a half ago like crazy on TikTok, and it could go somewhere. So in terms of that, super important to do. I realize that. But yeah, the urgency to do that at this point, it's not a priority.
Gotcha.
Yeah. How many shows have you done in Kansas City?
In KC, I think I've done about 5 or 6.
5 or 6?
Yeah.
Do you travel at all or anything like that?
Yeah, so I've had I did a couple shows at South by Southwest. Would have been last year. Was it like? Yeah, last year. That's the farthest I've ever traveled. That was in Austin, Texas.
Okay.
And then I've done a couple shows out in Lincoln, Nebraska. And then I also did a show in Hastings, Nebraska, which is about 2 hours away from Lincoln.
What was your favorite show out of all of those?
It had to have been the first show that I did in Lincoln, Nebraska.
Lincoln?
It was awesome. I loved the venue, had a pretty good turnout. And yeah, it was super dope. I found out, actually, it would have been like a month ago or something that Mac Miller performed on the same stage I performed on that night.
Really?
Which was crazy. That was crazy to find out. That's
Is he your favorite artist? Or
oh yeah,
really?
That's like my idol. Like I look up to that dude like crazy.
You mentioned him a bunch.
Yeah, no, yeah,
So
he's
it's gotta be.
no,
Mac
he's
Miller.
great. He's one of those guys. I think I mentioned it earlier, but
What's your favorite song from him?
my favorite Mac song? That's a good ass question. I love Woods. I love the song Woods. It's a great song. 2009's great. What's the Use? Ladders. You could pick anything from the Swimming album. I love it. Good News. Good News is a great one. That might be my answer actually. Good News is a great song. But he was one of those artists who I started listening to his music and felt like I related to him a ton. I know a lot of people feel that way. So
yeah,
he kind of paved the way for what I want to do to my listeners, and who I want to be.
Yeah.
Just because of how much he inspired me. I want to do the same for others.
That's good.
So
That's good.
yeah.
That's what we need. More
No,
inspiration.
absolutely, especially now.
No, yeah, totally. How did you get connections out from KC?
The internet always helps with that a lot.
Yeah.
Just reaching out,
Shooting
DMs, stuff like
yeah.
that. But outside of that, it's also easy to do when you have a song buzzing a lot, especially in a lot of different places. I think I started getting like DMs and stuff from people in different countries, which was crazy because the song actually, the World is Spinning song, charted. It charted in 52 countries, which was unreal. Yeah, it started in 52 countries. It peaked. It was the number 4 song in Italy on the Spotify charts.
What?
Yeah, so it was the number 16 globally. So yeah, that honestly that helped a lot.
Yeah.
I didn't have to do too much digging.
Yeah.
Which was nice, but
It's really nice, exciting too.
Yeah.
Shoot.
So, do you have almost like not pressure, but do you feel like you need to top that, or like does that come to your mind how you can top that?
Hell yeah, it comes to my mind. Yes. So in terms of pressure, I don't necessarily feel pressure to live up to it or surpass it or anything like that, because I know that the music that I have, the songs that I've released afterwards, and a lot of the unreleased stuff that I have now is way better than, at least in my opinion, way better than that song is. So in my head, I'm thinking it's just a matter of time.
Gotcha.
Do I feel? I think once you have a song go that big, it seems like unrealistic to a lot of people, and so I think it's not necessarily pressure, but more so motivation. I feel a motivation to live up to it in other people's eyes.
Yeah.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that they
yeah.
could be like, okay, that's why he had that song blow up. He's nice. Know what I'm saying? Things
Keeps
like
you
that.
motivated too.
Right.
Keep
'Cause
going
you
harder.
know, as soon as you do something to that magnitude, people who haven't done that or given up on ever doing something like that are going to be the first people to knock it.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So if there is any pressure, it's just pretty much proving those people wrong.
Gotcha. Proving the haters wrong, because
And that's-
I bet they're like, I mean, the haters usually want like, because technically you only had one song that blew up that big, right?
Yeah, that
Okay.
big, yeah.
So they would consider you as like a one-time wonder.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Which is weird. That's a really weird title to put on someone. Like, I just turned 22.
Yeah.
So that's a
Yeah.
really weird like title to put on somebody at 22
When's
years
your
old,
birthday?
like a one-hit wonder. December 20th.
December 10th. Gotcha,
So I
gotcha.
guess, damn, actually we're in April. I need to stop saying just turned. I'm 22.
Gotcha.
But yeah, so I got the way I look at it is I have years to top that. So I don't
You're
feel a lot of
chilling.
pressure to do it, at least not right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Down the road maybe, but not right now.
Yeah,
not worried about
'cause,
it.
I mean, just to get there, it's like an achievement. So.
Right. I like to think of it as it really takes, in most cases, it takes 2 big songs to really establish as an artist.
Yeah.
99.9% of people don't get the one. I got the one. I'm
Mhm.
super thankful for that.
Did Spotify give you a plaque?
No,
What?
I need to order one.
Order
I
one,
need to look
bro.
into that because I can
Plaques are
definitely
so fucking cool.
definitely order one. But I feel, and I'm so split on this because I feel weird about getting a plaque that's not like an RIAA certified plaque. Like I feel like,
What does that mean?
so it's when like a song goes gold or goes platinum,
Uh-huh.
like in a certain area, you get
Oh,
a
okay,
plaque.
okay.
Okay.
So I feel weird getting a plaque that's not directly from them. I feel like that'll almost take away from whenever that does happen, getting an official plaque.
Yeah.
Mm.
Makes
So it
sense.
wouldn't be like a company; it would just be you getting it for yourself. No way.
Yeah, well, the company's it's RIAA. So they have gold plaques, which is where if you sell 500,000 units, you get a gold plaque. You sell 1 million, you get a platinum plaque. And
Dude, I'd get it. Fuck.
man,
That
that
shit's
would
dope.
be, yeah, no. I think I'm probably gonna wait. And again, I've considered it. I keep going back and forth in my head because the Spotify plaque would be dope as fuck
yeah.
to just have.
Just to wake up.
Right, yeah, like there it is. But it's gonna be a lot sweeter when it's, you know, like an actual gold or platinum plaque.
Yeah.
It's gonna be a lot cooler, I feel like.
For me as a little kid, because I technically still do. I still want to continue doing YouTube, but I just haven't had time.
Yeah.
But I've always wanted to be a YouTuber. I've always wanted the fucking YouTube plaque.
Hell yeah. No, the YouTube plaque's crazy.
Even if it's like 100,000 like subscribers,
right.
I want that silver shit.
Fuck yeah.
Bro.
Nah, yeah. That's I always see streamers you know, post their plaques. I'm like, damn, that shit's dope. Like that shit's hard. But yeah, fuck yeah.
You said streamers. Do you stream at all or anything like that?
No, I don't.
Streamers doesn't who?
Just it'll be random people. I'll have like reactions to certain things from some streamers pop up on my Twitter, my Instagram sometimes. I really only know of like two. It's like the ones everyone knows, like Kai Sinnott, Aiden Ross, those people, stuff like that.
Yeah.
You watch their streams?
Their streams? Yeah. No, I don't go literally on.
Was it COVID? I think it was 21. I would watch the stream, like Aiden Ross's stream, every fucking single day.
Yeah.
It was just so entertaining. Like, I'd play video games while watching it. Like,
right.
It's just fun. Like,
yeah.
It's a goofball.
Which is, it's crazy how, like, somebody can be so entertaining just online in a room by themselves with just a computer. It's so entertaining. It's crazy. But, no, I think watching and doing it to the point where the people who watch it almost feel like
they're there.
Like they're there. Exactly. It's crazy. I feel like that's how a lot of people kind of got into streaming, is it'll be people, you know, just would want to hang out with an Aiden Ross or a Kai Sinnott, you know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. It'd be like, almost feels like you're in a room with them. Yeah. Super dope. I think streaming's super dope.
Do you ever see yourself doing anything like that, streaming-wise or anything?
Yeah, I think I had to get a little more accolades in the music world first, I feel like. I think that's something that'll come, you know, after I'm known more for the music and things like that. Yeah. So that's a priority. But one of these days, hell yeah. No, that would be super dope.
No, yeah, that would be really cool.
You know, it's a good artist that, like, because, I mean, it's hard for artists to transition into, like, day-to-day content.
Right.
Just because, like, when you're an artist, it's good to, like, keep that, like,
privacy.
Absolutely.
Keep, like,
I'm huge on that.
So once you get into streaming or YouTubing and stuff like that, so you kind of just, like, a YouTuber, you're not as, like, rare as you are. Yeah. And a good, I think, what's his name? NLE Chopper. Mm-hmm. He does YouTube and stuff too, but he also makes music, and I feel like he has a good combo with that, and also DGG. But he was like a YouTuber first, I think, and then started doing music. But I mean, yeah, that's a hard thing to do. But if you get into it, you'll fucking be in both of the worlds, like music industry and streaming music. Yeah, you'll fucking be huge.
And I think that's that might end up being kind of the new wave of how artists get discovered and blow up. Obviously, Instagram's gonna be big. TikTok too, if that ends up staying around. But
you think it's gonna be banned?
I don't know, man. I have no idea. I haven't even looked into that too much. I've really just heard rumors and things like that. But you know how that shit goes. Like it'll probably just get swept under the rug.
One thing they said they were gonna ban it when remember, like it was like 2 years ago, 3 years ago. They were like, yeah, we're banning it tonight or some shit like that.
I remember that. It never happened.
I don't remember that. I was kind of living under a rock during that period, though, so it is what it is. Yeah. But no, I think streamers that could definitely be the new wave of how artists blow up. Mm-hmm. I know Kai Sinnott does song reviews on his channel. Yeah, I mean he's getting millions of views on videos titled "Reviewing Your Music." So if he's sitting there going crazy to a song that everybody else is fucking with, that's a lot of exposure. That's a ton of exposure. I feel like rap stars could be born just like that, especially now. You just got to run with the momentum.
I used to stream often. I only got up to like 1.7K on Twitch. But
that's I know a lot of people who try to do that Twitch shit who don't have that, so good shit.
At the time, that's when I was watching Aiden Ross daily, and then he would have his on his Discord. Yeah, his people join into and do like the e-dating shit. Oh, I was in line for that shit, and then I was next up. But what's it called? they just like ended it, like because there were
Fuck, no, I
allowing
would've
fans to
been
come
hot.
onto the E-Day, and I was so ready, and then someone else took my spot because I was like in line, like the chart, whatever. I was supposed to go up next, but then they like fucking, I forgot what happened exactly. I think like they like got in an argument or something like that, and then they got distracted because you know how he gets distracted on the stream. Like,
Yeah.
he has fucking, I don't know,
Right.
he goes all
He's
over the
got
place.
ADD like crazy.
Yeah,
I'm
and then
already
so
knowing.
like I was like, "Fuck, please go back to me." I was so excited because I was about to be on the stream while I was streaming, so I would have got views from him. You know what I'm saying? That shit would have helped
Oh,
out.
that's huge.
That would have been dope.
Yeah, I would have been hot, man. That's tough.
Yeah.
Did you do
That's
that?
tough.
No, but yeah, streaming is the new wave. Would you ever consider doing? I mean, you have a YouTube, right? Do you just have music videos on there?
Yeah, it's pretty much I have one music video and also just like other songs pretty much. You just go play them and it counts as streams.
Gotcha.
But yeah, like what I consider doing YouTube.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. No, definitely. And that's another thing similar to streaming
Yeah.
is I would have to that's gonna be that'll be a little more down the road, possibly in the near future. I just want to get I want to get all this music shit down, planned out, and kind of execute some more stuff in that world before I venture off.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
But no, that'd be another great way to kind of fuse everything together. Everybody loves a little self promo every now and then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what do you see yourself in 2 years?
In 2 years?
Yeah.
Oh, I see myself. 2 years that's a tough time frame because everything can change. Everything can change in a year. 2 years from now, I see myself at the Grammys. I see myself buying my mom a house. I see myself reaching out to everybody who supported me, who has their own hopes and dreams, and helping them in whichever way that I can. Something I always like to think about is, in each community, it takes one person. You know what I'm saying? And then you can really just plug everybody else, and now you all have careers. And so in 2 years,
That's what Casey needs.
that is what Casey needs. It's hard. I don't understand why it's been hard for that to happen, especially with how much talent there is here. I don't know if that's, like a political thing between like different artists in the area or just a lack of exposure as a city in general. But
I think sometimes it's like the ego.
yeah,
Because I feel like some artists want to be the first ones to like fully make it. And then when you do make it, it's kind of like they don't want to help no more.
see
So
that's weird though. That's got to go because the first artists have already established themselves. Like there's already. I mean, you see what Sleazy's doing,
Yeah.
right? You had Tech Nine before that. I need to brush up on my Casey music history a little bit, but I'm sure there were people even before them.
Yeah.
So trying to be the first one or be the guy to do it is such a lame idea to me. It's like crabs in a bucket almost.
Yeah.
Because again, it takes one person,
Yeah.
and everybody's put on.
Because imagine if like the whole city got together, like, hey, I got this connection, type in, like, that'd be crazy.
It'd be unreal.
We would be on the map.
There's so much talent here. It's just, I mean, it's exactly what you said. It's kind of crabs in a bucket. It's everybody wanting to be that guy. But look, an example that I kind of think about sometimes is Wayne and Drake, right? You had Wayne. He's really the one who put Drake on in the Young Money era and things like that. Now you see who Drake became, but everyone talks about Wayne like Wayne's the GOAT, and they're both great.
Yeah.
I feel like, at least for this example, if, like you have some artists in KC that are popping, could be like Wayne, they're not introducing the next Drake. So not only is the next Drake missing out, but everyone else is missing out too, because that would be a hell of a thing to witness.
Yeah, it would.
In my mind, I would almost rather be the pioneer that makes that happen than be the person to follow that up, if that makes sense. I would almost rather be the Wayne in that situation and have an outstanding, phenomenal music career, be considered one of the greats, but also give something else to the world for when I'm done with what my calling is. I think that's the dopest shit ever.
That would be too, yeah. No, yes. I mean, it's gonna be amazing just to see where, you go in music and just to see how far, And then seeing you on the new on the TV, imagine like on a whole concert, you're the awards, the Grammys, like that'd be exciting to watch. So
no, that'd be super dope.
Something cool to look into too.
I think whenever that happens, whenever more artists from KC, end up in places like that, I don't want to give too much of that responsibility to the people who are there, especially who got there recently, because it's such a surreal experience. It's probably overwhelming making sure that you're good in that situation.
Yeah.
And that's got to be the priority before you try to put anybody else on. But as more and more people start to become prominent from KC, prominent in entertainment and in music and all of those aspects, it just takes momentum. Just takes a couple people, and then people will have their eyes out more. And with the way the city's growing now, especially, I mean, you got the NFL draft. The Chiefs just won a Super Bowl. Yeah. You have, Sleazy's being nominated to be in a XXL freshman list, which would be huge, not only for him, but for the entire city. Because now he's repping Kansas City in front of everybody. People will be like, damn, who else does KC have there? Yeah. I think that'd be huge. I think another thing that KC really needs, though, in order to take that next step is a diversity of sound. I think a lot of people try to sound a lot like each other. Yeah. Which is cool because like it's a cool sound. Know what I'm saying? It sounds dope, but it's a lot of people who can't necessarily put themselves in that boat because it's just not them, who are also super, super talented people. And I think once there's more of a diverse sound within a city, it'll make it a lot easier to take off too. But right now it's like a lot of people like, oh, yo, that's hard, this is hard, that's hard. I'm like, of course you think it's hard. It sounds just like you. Know what I'm saying? Like, of course you think this shit's hard. So I think once we just need a little more diversity in sound. The talent's here. We got it. It just needs more exposure.
Yeah, we do.
So
well, where can they check out your music?
Everywhere. Check out my music everywhere. That's DMAD, DMAD. It might fuck around and change your life.
Tap in.
We appreciate you so much for having us.
Absolutely. Thank you, guys.
We appreciate your time. But we definitely got to run it back again when we have. We're gonna get in our studio here soon. We're gonna be in our studio. It's gonna be in KC, hopefully.
Yeah,
downtown.
Like
last time. Yep. So we had it before. We just at the time we were starting the podcast, so we didn't have that many people. We didn't have that many followers. So
then it was during winter too. So
it was during winter. From here because we live around here. Yeah. So the drive, icy and all that shit during the winter. We're like, no, I guess it's smart if we just cut the lease and then wait till get it. But it was right next to T-Mobile Center. It was the perfect spot.
Fire.
It was a fire studio.
Yeah, so
we're hopefully getting it here soon. But that's gonna be dope, and then we'll have you again. Talk about more things. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. See where you're at that point too.
Right.
So many things we could have talked about. But thank you so much for your time, bro. I appreciate it.
Hell yeah.
Just keep working. Just keep working. Stay consistent. Keep motivation.
Absolutely. Always.
Excited for you though.
Appreciate you guys having me.
Yeah. Make sure you guys listen to what's that song again?
It's called In the Clouds.
In the Clouds. That's just fire.
It's catchy too.
Hell yeah.
But guys, make sure you guys leave a like and subscribe. Comment down below if you have any questions, and we'll see you guys in the next time. Peace out.